Hey everyone, my name is Daniel Bradley. You're going to be writing with me today. I'm going to show you a simple process for beginning a short fiction story. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's use ChatGPT for a prompt because we're living in the 21st century and the 2020s. So let's go. Give me a short fiction prompt. Let's see what he says. Write a story about a time traveler who discovers a hidden message in history that could change the course of humanity, but there are powerful forces determined to stop them from revealing it. Okay, that almost sounds more like a novel than short fiction, but we're going to do it. So we have our prompt, and we really don't even have to follow the prompt. The whole point of a prompt is to give us something of creative flow and humanity. That's why we asked a computer. What makes a good first sentence? I would say what makes a good first sentence is something that catches the reader's attention. We need to find a character on a day that everything changes. Especially in short fiction, we don't want to waste time with too long of introductions of everything or just have them wake up, like that's boring, overdone. We want to start right in the action. So let's go ahead and put our prompt where we can see it. All right, we need a character's name that fits the time travel theme here. Let's see. Let's go ahead. Who wrote The Time Traveler? Was that H.G. Wells? Let's go ahead and call him Horace. Horace. All right. Our time traveler discovers a hidden message in history that could change the course of humanity. All right. Is this before he time travels? This is a lot of what starting a story looks like. Is you stare at the page and your mind goes turns some wheels. And sometimes it's almost like your subconscious writes the story more than your conscious mind. So let's do some thinking. We got Horace. He's going to be a time traveler, or maybe he already is a time traveler. Hidden message in history. I'm just going to go ahead and put him somewhere in history. Let's give ourselves some setting here, too. A chill ran down. Oh, my dog's here. Hi, Arthur. Chill ran down the spine of old streets in London. It was November, and it was cold. And Horace couldn't believe his eyes. There we go. So we played with a couple of our senses here. We have something that Horace sees, and we also have something that Horace feels. A chill running down the spine of the old streets of London. So you can already see where you are a little bit. I like to write with the assumption that the reader already knows a little bit about what you're writing. They can imagine old streets. They can probably imagine old London. They know what November feels like. At least they can imagine a cold month, right? So now we get to the next part of our prompt. Hidden message in history that could change the course of humanity. Is this something that we want to put now, or is this something that we want to put later in the story? I would say we put it now because you want short fiction to be as concise as possible. You don't want to stretch it out. I think in writing contests, which is a lot of what you want to use short fiction for, you submit it to a writing contest, they have like $10,000 in winnings. You win first place, you go home with five or something like that. Wouldn't call it an easy check, kind of like submitting for the lottery, but hey, it might be a way to win some money. A chill ran down the spine of the old streets in London. It was November, it was cold, and Horace couldn't believe his eyes. He found the one thing that had brought him this far back. Above him, written in. All right. So we're getting to our message now. Now we need, what do we need? We need some kind of medium. Could do written in blood. That's creepy. How about written in flame? and not by him. Horace Fleming was here. Oh man, that's crazy because Horace doesn't know how it got there. Horace disagreed with the message. In fact, there we go. All right, we have our paragraph here. Our first paragraph of this story that could, and maybe it will if I feel like it, turn into a decent piece of short fiction, something I could maybe submit to a writing contest or something like that, right? A chill ran down the spine of old streets in London. It was November, and it was cold, and Horace couldn't believe his eyes. He'd found it. The one thing that had brought him this far back. Above him, written in flames, and not by him, Horace Fleming was here. Horace disagreed with the message. In fact, he hadn't been born early enough to write it. So, that gives us something to go on. It gives us questions. Who is Horace? Why hasn't he been born yet? Is he a time traveler or something like that? What's he doing in London? Why is there a message written in flames? There's so many things we could ask. A whole conspiracy to unravel. And we've also established a tone for the story. It's kind of light, it's fun, almost Douglas Adams esque. And yes, there's a little bit of my process when starting a short fiction prompt.